Okay, I'm going to show you how I do my laminated sign vinyl for my tumblers. So first thing I do is I am using a Epson Workforce 7710, printing off my images in reverse as if you're sublimating. So once they come out, then we'll put the laminate on. Okay, so once they're printed off, I'm just going to trim these up and cut them out. Like that. So I'm going to use this roll of laminate, which I buy from Uline. I'm in Canada. I don't know if it's in the States or not, but this is where I get it, to buy these big rolls of it. I also buy my vinyl by the roll, like this, from a local supplier. So I'm going to just cut a piece of this off. Enough to fit, this is my image, okay, so enough to fit this on here. I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. Okay, then I'll take a piece of the laminate to cover it. So what I'll do is I'll take the laminate and put that down first, shiny side up. Make sure there's nothing underneath of it. Sometimes little fluffies or little hairs will get on this. Make sure it's all wiped clean. Okay, then I'll put this down on top. Still got something on there. Okay, then I will take the image and I will just fit it on here. So I do everything in one step. Some people will put the laminate on first and then the design. I just like to do it all at the same time. And then we'll tape these down. Just using, I just got this heat tape off of Amazon. Nothing fancy. Make sure this fits on the page or on the piece. And I'll just tape it down. Like this. And then I'm just going to trim this a little bit more. I don't need all that extra sticking to my press. There we go. So then my heat press right here is set at 385 and I do it for 1 minute. Let me just grab my other piece of parchment paper. Okay, so then I parchment bottom and over top. So it's going to be light pressure. So make sure, actually let me make sure. So what I'll do is do a test press. Yeah, so that's probably perfect. Just like that. Okay, so I'll just put this down here. And then cover it. And do that light pressure for 1 minute. Okay, when it's done, okay, open it, take this off, And I'll take this off right away. And I take my soft side of my squeegee and I'll just make sure that I press it all down really good. And then let it cool. Okay, so I use these cups from Dollar Tree. You get 2 for, what is it, $1.25. This. They all have something on them, but usually the image will cover that up and I don't need to worry about trying to get it off. Sometimes I will take like a piece of sandpaper and just kind of sand it up a little bit. Let's say kind of like this. I mean, only if it's going to show through. But I mean, most of the time you don't see it. Anyways, this is a very not rough enough sandpaper for what I need it for. So what I'll do is I'll just take some rubbing alcohol and and I will wipe that down. This. I'm not going to worry about that because my image is going to cover it up. And make sure that's nice and clean. That. I'll clean my table while I'm at it. Okay, now that I've got my cup, what I'm going to do is get this trimmed up first. Okay, so try to keep it as close to that edge line as I can, the image line. And on the side, I like to leave a little bit. I'll leave a little bit like this so that I can overlap them if I need to. Like this. And then this top part is going to be basically underneath the lip of the cup, so doesn't need to be completely perfect, but I'll try to do as good as I can here. Okay, a little bit more on the side. Okay, and then we'll just trim this one up. I don't mind the seam in the back, like you know, when you wrap it. I don't mind that little bit of you know, seam allowance, but I just always do a test run, make sure it's gonna make it around. Yeah, see, that's perfect. So again, I don't mind this white line, which I'll go the other way because it's a little bit thinner on the other end, or the other side, like this. Okay, so in order to do this, my measurements are from the bottom, like my template, I measure from the bottom. So when I line it up, put it on, I will line it up with the bottom, not the top. Like that, right? Let me just get something to keep it steady. Okay, before I apply it to the cup, I like to peel the backing off. Set that down, and then I'm just going to cut the center piece, a piece out of the center so that I can line it up without sticking the whole thing down yet. I just put these back on. Like this. And this is just to help me line it up. So then I just use a couple pair of scissors or something to keep it from rolling around. Okay. And then what I'll do is just go to the bottom. Sometimes it takes a couple of tries, but I just like to try to line it up right to the bottom. And then I'll just kind of go, yeah, not quite. I guess it would help if my cup was straight. Straight. So let's see. Let's try that. It's a little better, but not perfect. Oops. Shouldn't be this difficult. Okay, that might work. So we're going to peel this. Which side do I want down first? It is this side. Okay. See how it's covering up the image? Sometimes you can see it through there, and actually I kind of can a little bit, but this is just a sample so you can get an idea of how I do it. I'll worry about that if it was in order. Okay, and then I just get that right underneath that lip, smooth it down. I like to take this off the bottom. Okay, just make sure everything is smooth. Right, and that's it. Just make sure it is all the way around. Like I actually do this all the way around just to make sure there's no air bubbles, no anything. Keeping it lifted from the cup, because once it's down, it's down. It's permanent vinyl. You can put it, you can't, I don't put mine in the washing machine. Sorry, the dishwasher. I've put mine in the dishwasher before just as a trial, and it was fine, but I don't recommend it. I just use mine in the sink with hot soapy water. That's how I wash mine. And I haven't had a problem. I've had some that I've used for over a year now, and they're still good. This is my design. It's on Etsy. If anybody likes it or wants it, you can go buy it. It's adult conversation hearts, as you can see. All different sayings. Some adult humor. Anyway, that's how I put my laminated permanent vinyl on my Dollar Tree tumblers. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and follow for more tutorials.